Welcome to an overview of the new features and changes coming in GTNH 2.8. First off, I would like to thank FaultSolve for taking the time and effort to put together an unofficial readable changelog. This video is based heavily on and is a subset of that changelog. I would also like to thank all the developers, testers, and players who have worked hard on getting GTNH 2.8 released. Now let's get into the changes. I'm not going to cover every single minor change, of course, as that would just take way too much time. I will only cover the major changes and additions and maybe a few smaller ones. Let's get started. New content and major updates. Et Futurum Requiem, or EFR, is a modern Minecraft backport mod and is a major addition to GTNH 2.8. It adds many modern decorative blocks, plants, mobs, along with some new uses for them. There are now two new processing lines, the netherite line and the prismatic line. The outputs of these two lines are combined and are required for core progression. They will allow you to create Aquarite Universal Insulator Foil, which is a replacement for Mica Insulator Foil for high-tier coils, starting at Electrum Flux coils. It also has a few other applications, such as fusion controllers. There are new quests in the quest book in the LUV chapter covering these lines. There are also new bees that allow you to boost the output for these lines, and also a Quantum Force Transformer route for late game players. Besides these two new processing lines, some more things have been added to the game, which will be familiar to you if you played more modern versions of Minecraft. In no particular order, the Elytra, or is it Elytra? This is craftable with Thaumcraft Infusion. You cannot find it from exploring the end. Totems of Undying. These are craftable through Infusion as well, and are required to craft the Stargate. Blast Furnaces from vanilla Minecraft have been added. I'm sure that won't be confusing. It replaces the IC2 Iron Furnace in a lot of crafts. Barrels have been added to the game as a replacement for the slightly larger chest, which is no longer craftable. Barrels, though, can be upgraded. Shulkers and shulker boxes have been added. They spawn in the Twilight Forest's Lich Towers and Urghast Towers. Shulker boxes can be upgraded as well. At low Y levels, stone is now replaced with deep slate, and amethyst geodes can spawn deep underground. In the Nether, ancient debris rarely spawns as well, so if you migrate an old world to 2.8, you will need to generate new chunks to get ancient debris. Now that's everything from EFR, but there is more. The Matter Manipulator, an alternative to World Edit that is available at IV and comes in a few different tiers. Aditya has already made a very good video about this, so I will just link that in the description and not elaborate for conciseness. Buses and hatches can now be color-coded. Different colors cannot interact, allowing you to do multiple recipes in the same machine that would have otherwise been conflicting. New void hatches, which are basically an output bus or hatch combined with a trash can. The crafting input buffer and proxy have been re-tiered. The buffer has been down-tiered and the proxy has been up-tiered. A new maglev harness and pylon has been added to the game for early short-range creative flight. An effort has been made to standardize tier skipping. Some machines are an exception to this, such as the Mega Blast Furnace, but generally you will not be able to tier skip past what is intended. This means, though, that you can use more energy hatches for overclocks. For example, you can now have 2 energy hatches on alloy blast smelters, but you will not be able to tier skip by having 2 energy hatches. You can only overclock, so you get a speed increase, but not new recipes. For new recipes, you'll still have to upgrade the hatch. New power monitoring goggles for keeping track of wireless power. A new redstone sniffer, which allows you to find all the used redstone frequencies. A new Klein bottle, which is a volumetric flask with infinite capacity. Bio and breakthrough circuits are gone. All physical and ghost circuits will be converted to regular program circuits. Cable losses and amperages have been tweaked. I hope your base doesn't power fail or blow up when you load in. Void miners have had their structures changed. There are also new multiblocks. The Steam Fuser. This is a Steam Age alloy smelter that does exactly what you think it does. The Solar Factory. This is a new multiblock that has 3 tiers, each with its own design. The earliest tier is unlocked in HV, and the purpose of this multiblock is to reduce the amount of recursive crafting that must be done for solar panels. For late game players who are familiar with the Dyson Swarm modules, you know what I'm talking about. New Botania multiblocks. Duct has made a showcase video for these already, so I will just link that in the description. Also, Alfheim has been down-tiered to EV. The Decay Warehouse, a new multiblock that allows you to decay various radioactive dusts. If you've used the lead-lined box before, this is a multiblock version of that. The Static Network Switch with QoS. This is like the network switch with QoS, but bigger, allowing for more connections. Providing computation to your space elevator mining modules is now a lot easier. The Tier 4 Nanoforge. An upgraded Nanoforge. What more can I say? Let's talk about AE2 updates. The biggest and most major change is that network reinitialization is much faster in 2.8. You can now filter ME output hatches and buses by placing partition cells in them. There's now a button to add favorite pins to terminals, so you can easily keep track of and access various items or fluids in your network. The Super Stock Replenisher. This is a block that will request items or fluids when its internal storage falls below 50%. It'll be quite useful for any looped recipes. Looking at you, Tesseracts. You can now press the usage hotkey on an AE2 cell, and you can see the contents of the cell. You can rename items in a processing pattern by middle-clicking the item while in the pattern terminal UI. New void and equal distribution upgrade cards for cells. Void cards allow void overflow on cells, and equal distribution guarantees the same amount of space for every item or fluid on the cell. New fake crafting cards, allowing you to start a craft without AE2 expecting an output at the end. This is really nice and allows you to get around the old strategy of encoding a pattern with a dummy item as the output, and then also having to deal with returning that dummy item to AE2 to complete the craft. There's a new fluid void cell, which is just a void cell, but for fluids. There's a new button to start and follow a craft. Following a craft already exists, but this new button allows you to do it in one step. A followed craft will give you a sound effect and text notification when the craft is done. There's a new crafting screen user interface showing percentage and a progress bar for each crafting CPU. Crafting CPUs can be specialized to be level maintainer only, player requested only, or both. A new self-powered controller has been added, called the Neutronium-infused ME controller. This is basically a controller and a neutronium energy cell in one. A new small icon for items that have been patterned now exists, allowing you to see if you have something patterned at a glance. New superluminal cards for faster transfer speed in I/O ports have been added. Now let's talk about quality of life and also some other minor updates. The Distillus upgrade chip has been removed, and the Dangote Distillus now has the full 12 parallels by default. A lot of new sound effects for various GregTech tools and machines have been backported from GTCEU. Heat-proof machine casings now require a small amount of HSSS. Previously, it just needed steel. Parallels can now be configured in the UI of most machines. Steam machines also have a steam gauge showing how much steam is inside them. New emissive coils have been added. Your EBF is going to glow. Component assembly line recipes have been tweaked for UV and above components. The Eye of Harmony now has bad luck mitigation to prevent you from going too many hours without any successful recipe completions. I wonder what too many means. A few new blood magic meteors have been added to the game. The Battle Gear mod has been replaced by Backhand, which is a backport of the vanilla Minecraft Offhand. Any items you have in Battle Gear slots when you update will be placed in your inventory if possible or on the floor. Many more bauble slots have been added with a new GUI. NEI has been given the ability to sort of autocraft by use of bookmarks and favorites. Aditya has also made a very good video about this too, so I will link that in the description and not elaborate here. Besides these, there are many more changes that I have not covered here. I chose the ones that I thought were the most impactful, but I'm a little biased. I don't use bees, so I might have misjudged how impactful any changes related to bees are. Have a look for yourself. The changelog will be available in the description. Thank you once again to FaltSolve for putting the changelog together, and I will see you guys in 2.8 with some familiar faces.